Hello, this is Daryl as a service with a special edition of the 365 Message Center. Yes, normally we are on Mondays during the US based time and Tuesdays over in this side of the world, but I needed to bring I think an important message out to try and get some awareness and to really drive home why you need to be reading your 365 Message Center daily. There has been some discussion and reports around some of the technical community that Microsoft Teams is being automatically upgraded. Skype for Business Online has been automatically upgraded to Microsoft Teams for small businesses. So I just wanted to check in on some of the messages there. Now the thing about this is, I'll preempt this by saying I am a Microsoft Teams supporter. I do love the product. I like using it. There are some things I'm still finding my way through, but for small to medium businesses, what has been appearing in the message center is a message to say, first of all, plan for change, and then you've got time to do that, and then shortly after that is quite a different message to say that you are going to be automatically upgraded in about 15 days time. So I wanted to step you through a tenant that we manage here for Regarding 365. It's based in the US, and it is a small tenant. There's only a few users and a lot of guest users. But this is a situation where if you are an organisation of 500 users or less, and that covers a lot of people here in New Zealand at least, a lot of organisations here in New Zealand, you need to be aware of these steps and look at your message centre daily. So let's just cut over to have a look at the screen. Now this is my message centre in the Regarding 365 tenant at this moment. You'll see that there's some major update tiles along the top there for other various messages, but nothing there that appeared for this Microsoft Teams automatic upgrade. Now, to their credit, the messages that are related to the upgrade were categorized as plan for change, so they do stand out far easier. So if we scroll on down, not the December 10th one, but this one, as we're looking at it in order of the most recent message, I'll scroll further down earlier just to cover off the story. But the message was highlighted in sort of a orange warning sign, plan for change. Now, so we can focus on those messages because that's how each of them have been categorized. Then let's change our view to plan for change. But I did want to note that this is, I would consider, quite a major update, and it didn't appear in major updates. I've seen other things in major update that I don't consider to be as major as this one. So let's scroll a bit further back and see where the story begins. Yes, there it is. So on November 2nd. So November 2nd, and this is a tenant that we use it for Regarding 365, but I'm not in there daily managing it as an admin. And I want to highlight this to Microsoft partners too, that if you're not doing or offering this service for your customers and you are checking their message centers daily, remember message centers are specific to their tenants, so you need to be checking on these things. Then you may have missed this, and you may have circled back or even got support calls to say something's changed here, or what's this message I'm now seeing in Skype saying I'm about to be upgraded to Microsoft Teams. So this message, it was received, and I want you to note the timeline. It was received on November 2nd, and it's saying that we're pleased to announce that Teams is equivalent with Skype for Business Online in terms of meetings and calling capabilities, and that we encourage you to upgrade at this time. We've released some tools, so you can go there and see those tools. What do you do to need to prepare for change, or how does this affect me? It talks a little bit about what Teams is, how to use it, that we will be replacing it over time. And here's a link to some readiness resources to assist you for planning your change. Okay, so that's it so far, planning for change. As we work our way back up the list, we have quite a different message. This message, actually no, let me go back a bit. That previous message says action required by November 2nd, 2019. So that is almost a full year from receiving this first message. We would have to prepare our organizations for the upgrade to Teams. Now the following message, so this is now my Monday, so even just a few days, Saturday to Monday, the message is very different. Action required by November 15th, 2018. So it's gone from being a year to 10 days. And, you know, following that too, let's have a look more. We've got Microsoft is committed to supporting your organization, and we are going to, here we go, support your organization to make the process easier and possible. Microsoft will automatically upgrade your users to Teams on November 15th, 2018. So that's one of the things that I've concern about, that if you miss this message, you don't have a year to prepare. You actually have 10 days. Now that's good. You know, there's messages in here or links to resources to say that, you know, here's how to prepare, and we can have a look at one of those shortly too. But if you're not ready to upgrade, this is the key one. If you're not ready to upgrade to Teams by Thursday the 15th of November, then contact Microsoft support. And what we have heard up until this, is that there is some mixed messages around whether Microsoft support know the process for putting this automatic upgrade on pause. We did discover later through the community that there is a message that, or a setting that will appear in your admin center, or should be there, that allows you to opt out and safely opt out for yourself. But at this point in this message, contact Microsoft support and they should be able to help you. Now the additional information, I think at this point, yes, we'll just click through to that. It does go to the upgrade basic list, and I do want to bring this up because while we've got one message that says we've got 10 days to prepare, this upgrade basic message, it's a aka.ms link. It says that here's the advice or the guidance that we give for you to prepare for this action, and it was published in July earlier this year. So it's helping organizations. If you already start planning and looking at this, great. If you haven't yet, if you've been putting it off and you start to see these messages in your message center, then you do need to have a good look at this. And the part that I find a little hard to swallow here is that this guidance is designed to be completed over a 30 to 45 day period on average. There's some steps in here, about 10 steps that it talks about, that will help you prepare your organization, prepare your stakeholders, advise your end users, make any technical checks in your environment, make sure that the Skype4Business meeting room equipment is going to be compatible for the change. So all sorts of stuff there to guide you through in your planning. But yeah, 30 to 45 days, or even here, advise your stakeholders and 4 to 6 weeks out before the upgrade. Prepare your orgs 4 to 6 weeks out before the upgrade. So you get in my drift. The message changed, and it was now we have 10 days. Now that's why the opt-out option becomes even more important. Contact Microsoft support and get them to opt you out so that you've got time to work your way through this guidance in the upgrade basic plan, or rather documents. And I mean, I won't see the option now if I go into the admin center, but yeah, it should have been there, and we heard that it had appeared in one case the day before the upgrade. As we work our way through the messages, it becomes a bit more repetitive, and it's more about reminding people. So 8 days before the upgrade starts, and there is mention of here's the resources, here's what to do to prepare, and it's more about repetition and telling you from within your admin center that you are going to be upgraded. However, there's no more mention there of how to opt out. It was only mentioned once, and contact Microsoft support. So you had to have read that message to know that you could opt out, unless you're looking in other places to try and find that information. 3 days out, 2 days out, same messages, and that's actually kind of where it ends. Yeah, so we've got November 13th. Thought that I had another message here. Your upgrade to Teams. Oh, there it is. The last one that I got was your upgrade to Teams starts tomorrow, and it's the same information. It's really, again, just a repetitive message to say, look out here, be prepared, make sure that you've prepared your people, and you've done all those things on the guidance. But if I sort of turn this back off here, that's it. I got a message to say, you're going to be upgraded tomorrow, and there hasn't been a message yet in the message center to say congratulations, well done, you've upgraded. What we did get, let me just fish this out of Outlook, was a message that I'm unsure whether this was sent out to all users or whether it was just because I am an admin on the account. It is something I wanted to highlight there too. One of these messages earlier talked about we're going to advise your users via Skype for Business. That was I think it was the November 5th one. Anyway, that was the mechanism they were using to let people know that you're using Skype, but we're going to be upgrading you to Microsoft Teams. So there wasn't really an opportunity for me as an admin or as a change manager to let you know that there's going to be an unusual, strange message appear in Skype for Business to let you know that you're going to be upgraded to Microsoft Teams. And as far as I know, there wasn't any direct email communication, which is good. We've had that as a recent discussion in the community, haven't we, about sending messages directly to our customers. So yeah, just looking at that message, this is the day after. Welcome to Microsoft Teams. You've been upgraded. Upgrade is complete. You're now using Teams as your default IM chat and meetings application, and access Teams resources. So this is good. You can head on over there, and it's support.office.com and straight on the Teams landing page. So that's all. Love these resources to guide people through. These are the sorts of resources though that we needed to take people through before the upgrade, right? That's why we had 30 to 45 days as guidance, hopefully more, to prepare our people for the change. And if you've been putting off Teams and you haven't been using it at all, and you're starting at ground zero, then you would have needed to get people up to speed to show them how to use this replacement for Skype for Business Online. And lastly too, there's a survey which I do find interesting. It's put there to say, look, how did we do with this upgrade process? And that survey is not currently active. So I'm hoping, and I just kind of want to finish off with this. I'm hoping that the feedback that we're giving Microsoft on the back channels and letting them know that this automatic upgrade was quite aggressive. I get that Teams is near parity, marketing says parity, real world says near parity. I get that we're trying to move people over, and we're starting off with what would be considered a low risk audience. That 500 users or less, that sounds okay. We've got telemetry to see how they're using Skype for Business online. We know they're just using instant messaging and Skype for Business for online meetings. But really need to make those opt-out options much clearer, easier to use. Repeat the message throughout the message center. And these messages, of course, I think should really be major updates. They need to be sent via email to the admins. Otherwise, they may have missed this if they're not checking the message center. We do need more time to prepare our organization. The initial message talked about having up to a year. That sounded good. And that means that we can do it in our own time, and we're making sure that we're doing that. But to then change to you've got 10 days to upgrade, I'm hoping that this was just a small sample set. It's like an initial trial of let's see how this upgrade goes. We're going to try it with a few US-based tenants because I want to bring it home to here in New Zealand. If you are an organisation of 500 or less, and that's the criteria, that covers just about all New Zealand organisations. We don't have too many that are above that or considered enterprise size. So I wanted to bring that to you. I know it went a little while, 17 minutes or so, but I felt that this was a special edition of the Message Center because I really want to drive home. Check your Message Center every day, and you'll pick up things like this. And I'm giving this feedback. I know it's a bit rough, Microsoft. I'm giving this feedback because I want to make sure that there's some consistency with letting customers and us know so we can manage our environments. Please don't take it to heart. Or rather, do take it to heart, but don't get cut up about it. Just do something about it. Thanks for tuning in. See Daniel and I later next week. Bye for now.